Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. Today I want to give an introductory lesson into music theory, things I wish I knew when I started learning piano all those years ago, but things that I think are going to be really beneficial and hopefully easy to understand. So the first thing I'm going to break down into two sections, and that is that notes are constantly repeating. If I start here on A, think about your alphabet, it goes from A to G. A, B, C, D, E, F, 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 G, and so on. It's not like you have to learn a colossal amount of notes. Everything is constantly repeating. And that goes for the sharps as well. They're also being repeated. So you have C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, and so on. So instead of learning everything, you're actually only learning 12 notes in total, and then they're being repeated at every octave. Now you might be wondering, well, they're different notes, so how are they sounding the same, or how are they the same? Well, basically, every octave is doubling the frequency. This C4, which is middle C, has a frequency of 261.63 hertz. And when you go up to an octave higher, to C5, this is 523.25 hertz. So basically, it just doubles. I don't expect you to remember that frequency number or anything, but it's interesting just to note that that's why it sounds good together. If you think about 2, it divides nicely into 4, so therefore you get a harmonious sound. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the major scale and understanding that the major scale is so fundamental, especially in Western harmony. You have a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, making up the major scale. That sounds like this. I'm sure you've probably heard that sound before. It could also be known as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Or simply on numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like numbers personally instead of do, re, mi because it's very easy to know what the distance of 1 to 2 is. Or 1 to 7, it's a bigger distance. But then when I think about do, re, do, ti, I kind of start to get a bit confused. So I find numbers a really good way of learning, think of interpreting music in general. So what is a tone? What is a semitone? Basically, a semitone is the next nearest note. So when we went from a sharp earlier, that's a semitone. Think about it as 0.5. This distance is 0.5 and this is another 0.5. So therefore 0.5 and 0.5 together equal 1, which is a tone. So semitone, 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 tone, tone. So that's why we were saying tone, tone, semitone, because there's no note in between here, therefore it's a semitone. Now, another way of interpreting music is through colour. You might be familiar with the rainbow, obviously, or maybe the chakra system. And those colours would be Richard of York gave battle in vain. Richard of York gave battle in vain. So we've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And if I have red and blue together, if I combine them, I might get purple. Or if I combine red and yellow, I might get orange. Obviously, that's not the colour that you might hear it as, but music can really be interpreted as colour. And even for me, I do see a lot of visuals in my head when I hear music, and different types of music bring out different animations in my head. So it's a really interesting way of interpreting music. I could then start to get more complex and play different chords, and it's like they almost create different colours. And so on. I could go wild and just start mixing all the colours together. Maybe get this, I don't know, swampy brown mix. So on a practical note, I would start learning my major scales. C major is a good one to start off with. and you use these fingers specifically. If you think about, you have 8 notes in an octave, you have 5 fingers on your hand, therefore you need to create 3 extra. So it's almost like playing in a group of 3 and a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of doing something like this, it doesn't really make sense. So go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you notice that it's the exact same fingers on the way down as it was on the way up? And then you can do the same thing in your left hand. Obviously, it's going to be mirror image, and you're going to start with 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And as well, you can maybe hold a note down, just hold C and start to do the scale in the right hand. So you start to see how it could even begin to become a song. Obviously, this is going to sound a little bit robotic, but it's a good technical exercise. When you get comfortable doing the major scale in both hands, I would say start to improvise with those notes. Now that we've learned that C major is literally all of the white keys, you can go wild and you can do something like this. Or you can start off very basic and go. You might have also noticed that C, which is the root in this case, just sounds like home. That's another really good way of just knowing what the key of the song is or what is the root. This is my home, now I am going so far away from my home, I want to go home. So it literally sounds like home. You're resolving the note. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it has been informative, maybe enjoyable, maybe enticing and captivating for you. If you liked it, do give it a like, subscribe if you're inspired. You can check out my website. I release music regularly and I also do teach online. So if you're interested in anything, check that out and have a wonderful day. Have fun making music and exploring these concepts. And I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.